Well, that's 1 week down. We're currently just taking a couple of days to restock our food supplies and things, but I thought I'd do a quick little video about what I've learnt so far this week. Quite a few things really. The first thing is I've done so many things out of my comfort zone this week that it's not true. I think maybe as human beings we're a lot more tenacious than we think we are. And when you have no choice but to put one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, and to keep going, it seems amazing what you can achieve, really. I've slept in sub-zero temperatures in a tent that's essentially a carrier bag with a mesh top on it. I'm not that struck on heights. I know it's a bit stupid walking the Appalachian mountain range if you don't like heights, but you know, half of the reason I'm out here is to test my mettle, so it's certainly doing that so far, and it's not even one of the most difficult states. So I've been up high, I've walked up rocky, unsteady places near the edges of cliffs and things. I mean, I was never really in any danger of falling down, but I don't know, you just put one foot in front of the other, and you put one foot in front of the other, and you put one foot in front of the other, and it's almost as though your whole universe zooms down into just that tiny little area straight in front of you, and that's all you focus on. You can't see the cliff edge, you can't see the rocks on the other side, you just can't see anything but what's in front of you, and you keep moving forward towards that next white blaze. So yeah, so I've surprised myself, and I'm quite proud of myself actually for what I've managed to do so far. The other thing I've noticed is that everything slows down because everything takes so long. To go to the toilet, even if there's a privy, you've got to find your toilet paper, you know, you've got to put the right clothes on if it's raining, you've got to get out of your tent, you need your waterproof coat, you need to have the right shoes on, you need to take your walking poles with you if the privy happens to be across some rocky ground because you don't want to be slipping. You know, if it's in the middle of the night, it's even more of a hassle. If you want to cook your dinner or your breakfast, you've got to locate your fuel, your food's in the bear barrel, you've got to unlock that. It's really difficult when it's cold, the plastic seizes up. It's just every single thing takes so much longer and so much more thought. But then on the other hand, it's also a lot slower because there are a lot less things to think about. The things you're thinking about is actually surviving. And I mean, I'm not saying that lightly either. On the first night, my friend Mish woke up in the middle of the night, literally shivering and like on the verge of hypothermia because it was really, really cold. And some of the rocks that we've gone over, you know, if you fall over on those, you're going to gash your head, you're going to really do something bad to yourself, you can snap a bone in half. So you're concentrating on different things. So it's simpler in that there are less things to think about, so it clears your mind because that's all you can think of. There's no place for anything else. And when you're walking along on the nicer terrain, which there is some of it, that's when you kind of do, you know, you kind of daydream and you go into a little world and assess, I don't know, what's going on in your life and stuff like that. So those are the things really. I mean, your universe goes to something tiny, and also time sort of slows down really, and just that you just become, I don't know, more focused somehow. Highlights. Well, I tell you, the highlight of this week was being able to eat Nutella out of a jar with a spork and not feel guilty. Oh, lovely. In heaven, I can tell you. Oh dear. So there'll be more of that. I'm going to be eating a lot of Nutella, a huge amount of Nutella on its own, out of the jar, and not feeling bad about it. Oh yes. So that's the highlight. I guess also just managing to do what I've done really so far. But low lights, well, the worst day was day 5. It was a really, really long day. There was a lot of boulder scrambles I wasn't expecting, and then the river at the end of the day that we had to ford. I mean, there was just no choice but to just plough straight through it. And then we were uncomfortable and wet, and by the time we arrived at the shelter it was dark, and going to fetch water down a slope that's steep and unsteady with just a head torch is not much fun. But you know, there was no choice and we got through it. So I didn't like day 5. The shelter ground that day though was good, so it kind of redeemed itself because we got a good night's sleep and it was quite a warm night. It was probably maybe 2 or 3 degrees, rather than sort of minus or 0. So there we go. That's my take on the first week. I'm sure I've probably got lots of other things I could say, but I thought I'd do this little kind of light thought for the week, I suppose. Yeah, so there you go. Pennsylvania, here we come.